Hi everyone, welcome back to Adventures in the Fairy Garden. Today I'm really excited to open up my Create Barbie Basics Kit number 2. This originally shipped for me about, I think, Thursday last week, but it got held up because my apartment number, they left off on the shipping label and they weren't able to update it, so I finally had to get Mattel to update it, but finally they got it updated after being out for delivery for a few days. So it's finally here. So I'm just gonna open the Velcro on the front. If you've already seen somebody else unbox this, you've seen the Ode to Black little kind of, I don't want to call it a poem because it's not a poem, but just little tagline and description thing over here. We've got some instructions to help us with putting these dolls together. Our certificate of authenticity. I don't really need that because that's what let's just get right into this because this immediately fell off, this little plastic cover. So again, these are definitely made for you to take out of box and to play with. So in the 3 little compartments with the little plastic windows, we've got the 3 dolls, so I'll just start snipping these little ties here to get the bodies out. So I think this is the tall body. And then we've got the curvy in the middle. And then the standard, and this corresponds with basics number 4 from the new basics line. So these are interchangeable with that body and that head. So that's why this kit doesn't come with a petite, because the one that it already had been released is a petite. All right, so let's get out these heads. I'm not doing a good job at getting out this packaging. Okay, so this first head mold we have here is the one with the red lip. She has really bright green eyes. She has a beauty mark. Head's nice, smooth. I've seen a lot of people talking about the, let me get it in focus here. The seam on the chin, since these are bald dolls rather than on the top of the head, like with normal rooted dolls. Mine doesn't seem super obvious. So that's not really bothering me, but I can see a little spot here. I don't know if it's picking up well, where it looks a little dented. You got a little piece of plastic hanging from her earring hole, but I'll cover that up once she's dressed. Oh, and I just noticed, has a really pretty flash of gold eyeliner. Alright, and I know they listed the 3 different names for these new head molds, but I don't think they labeled them exactly, so I'm not sure which one is which, but they're all really pretty. This one I really like. She has a rosy lip color, really pretty pink eyeshadow. The seam on her chin is a little more obvious than the last one. It looks a little more obvious, but again, I will cover that up once she's styled. And then the last one is I would say the main reason I got this kit, I just really liked this head mold. I really liked the green eyes. I liked that she had a larger nose like myself. She has a full kind of rosy orangish lip, green eyes, green eyeshadow. She has freckles, even on her forehead. So I think this is probably my favorite face mold in this kit. And the seam on hers chin is a bit more obvious. So of the three, I think this one, sorry, with the red lip, the least obvious and was sanded down the best. Okay, so just to start with, I'm gonna take the tall body and I think I'm gonna put the red lip face sculpt on there, see how these fit. I saw other people's reviews since I've been waiting on mine that you kind of have to push down to get it on, but that they will fit. Yep. And it is on there securely. You definitely have to like wiggle your way down the neck peg, but I do like these new neck pegs, especially for head swaps in the future to make this a lot easier. I have a hard time with the prongs and making sure I don't break them. And the reason I got this kit is because I had gotten like quite a few different dolls over the course of the past few months, trying to make my perfect mini-me, and getting a pale curvy body. The best one that I could find that I wanted was the strawberry blonde yoga doll from several years ago, but she was really hard to find on eBay. I had actually ordered her and she got returned to the sender because they couldn't see my apartment number on the address, I guess. And so I ended up ordering from another seller that doll's head on a curvy extra Barbie body. So at least it's articulated, even if it's not made to move. Okay, and then, wait, no. Okay, this is the tall body. This is the standard body. Okay, so on the tall body, I think I'm gonna put this one with the pink eyeshadow and pink lip. Okay. You definitely need to just like not be afraid of just like sticking the head on the peg and working it down, because otherwise it's gonna flop around. Okay, so she's on the tall body. And then lastly, on the curvy body, we have my favorite face mold of this kit. I really like her freckles. Okay, and that one went on pretty easy. She's fairly secure, so now these are all on. And I think they look really pretty bold, but I'm excited to play with the wigs and see how they do. Okay, this first little compartment contains contains the wigs. So we've got a kind of auburn, kind of dark brown, auburny, wavy one. We've got this pink one. And then we've got this blonde one. Okay, and they do come in hair nets. So let me just try to get these hair nets off. Okay. The hair, as I've heard a few other reviewers say, is a little dry. I don't think it's polypropylene. I'm not super good at identifying hair types. My goodness, this netting is really, really thin. So let me just snip it off. There we go. Okay. That was harder than I thought. Okay, this blonde one, I think I've been wanting to put on the one with the red lip. So let's see how easily these fit on. Okay. Just push that onto her head. Okay. And that's about as far down as I can push it. It still kind of hovers over her head, but it doesn't bother me that bad. It looks really smooth. It's really pretty blonde. But it does sit kind of high on her head, so you can see that. I think maybe if you style it, maybe like kind of like a low ponytail or something, maybe less obvious. Okay, and next on the one with the pink lip, I'm going to, and the pink eyeshadow, I'm going to put on the pink wig. Okay, and these little caps, I'm just having the hardest time for some reason getting off. Again, it's soft. It's got kind of a darker pink on the underside. That's cute, and it does have little bangs, although I could probably stand to brush these out. Okay, this one, the wig cap kind of feels bigger when I'm putting it on. I don't know why. Okay, this wig could definitely use some styling. Definitely these bangs, especially, or maybe we'll just make it some curtain bangs for now. There we go. And then the last one is this kind of auburnish brown wavy wig. And I would say this one is probably the driest of the bunch. The texture is really interesting, but the color is really pretty. I'm just not a big fan of this texture. Okay, we're putting that on. Let me see if I can straighten out her part. Okay. Is this sitting too far forward on her head? Okay. Alright, so I actually really like this one on her. Again, it does like sit on top of their head, but I think with maybe some styling, I myself wear bandanas a lot. I thought about like making some bandanas maybe for these dolls, or like little headbands or something that would kind of help cover the fact that their hair is kind of hovering. But this one is really pretty. I really like it. Okay, in the second little compartment, we have 2 bags. And then the first bag, I think, is some of the clothes. I think this might be all of the clothes, and they just separated it into tops and bottoms. So we've got this kind of ruched skirt. It's got a split front. This is a little ruched, like knee length or pencil skirt. And then we've got these wide-legged pants. The material on these feels really nice. It feels nicer than most of the Barbie fashion packs that I've got recently. The price point on these kits is $100, so it is definitely a splurge, at least for me. But for me, I probably would have been even more excited and probably would have bought more if they had kept it kind of closer to like 80 or even 85, because with the basics dolls themselves being $75 if you buy 3, I think a lot of the extra $25 is going into packaging. But I'm hoping that this does well, and this hopefully gets them to the point where they will finally sell made to move bodies by themselves. And I can just buy whatever body I want for whatever doll I want. Or I could just pick what body color, face mold, type, hair color, eye color, etc. Okay, this shirt I think is the one that they okay, on the thing, I think they've got this in a wrap, so it's kind of like a bandana top. And then we've got this little corset top. And then this little blouse. This one's cute. Okay, and then in this pack we've got these accessories. I really like these boots. They are plastic, but they look... Honestly, I thought they were fabric for a second. Like, I thought they were faux leather, but they are plastic. And they do have these cute little gold bottoms. And then we've got the jewelry and these loafers. These loafers are my favorite shoes in this kit for sure, because they look like something I would wear in real life. And I almost forgot about the little sunglasses. These are these little like half or mini sunglasses. I've been seeing these more on the dolls and in fashion kits or fashion packs. I like this necklace. And with doll jewelry, a lot of it that I get, just like in fashion packs and whatever, is like a just kind of plasticky, like pink or purple or something like that. So having actual metallics is nice. I don't like that they all have ears pierced, but we only get 1 pair of earrings. I don't have a ton of doll earrings, so I may get some more sometime soon, just so they have more accessories, or swap around some of the existing doll earrings that I have. Okay, and then the last little compartment, we've got just the stands. So they do come with stands. They'll put them on their stands later. For now, we're just going to dress them. Okay, this top velcros in the back. So we're going to put this on our pink-haired doll. I really like this blouse. I have my deluxe style Millie Barbie actually in the lemon meringue fashion pack from Five Below, and it's got that little gold midi skirt. So I've been wanting to put this top on her with that and the little loafers sometime, just to give her kind of a more, I don't know, casual workwear vibe. Okay. Alright. I will say the joints are a little stiff out of the box. So Sorry, I knocked my tripod a little bit while doing that. So, gotta work the joints a little bit. Oh, I almost didn't notice. They do have these little, the third pair of shoes is these little clear kind of slingbacks. They're not my favorite shoes. The loafers are definitely my favorite in this pack, but I think they're cute and they can be versatile. But I probably have other shoes that are eventually gonna go on these dolls. Okay. I actually want to put the pants on the tall doll just to see if they're long enough. Okay, so we're going to put this little skirt. All the clothes are pretty stretchy. So, again, the idea is that these should fit all the different body types. Okay. So this is just her wearing the little split front skirt. It's got this little slit. I'm gonna give her these little sunglasses. I will say right now, this wig is looking a lot like a helmet. Okay, and she is going to get the little clear slingbacks. Because she is a standard doll, so these shoes will fit fine. We'll see if they're a little big, because as somebody who has a lot of curvy dolls in their collection, finding shoes for them is not super easy. So always, for me, finding shoes to fit them is good, just because I have so many that will already fit my standard Barbies. Okay, the shoe is kind of hard to get on. Yeah, these shoes have this kind of weird square toe in the front that I'm not super fond of. I don't see myself using these shoes a whole lot, but the other shoes definitely for restyles. Okay. So for me, in this look, she's kind of giving, I don't know, Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. Like, I don't know why I'm thinking of like a 2000s movie. Maybe it's the glasses. Okay, we'll just kind of prop her in there in her new look. For our tall doll, hoping these pants are plenty long on her. Again, everything is very stretchy, so hopefully it will fit everyone very well without being like too long on like a petite doll or anything. Okay, these are very long pants. Yeah, these are really long. So this is my tall doll, and these pants come all the way down here. Okay, and for shoes, and she'll get the corset top. Okay, this top is a little snug when I'm pulling it on her chest. Maybe that's just because of the way. Here, there we go. Okay, so here's her look. And put the necklace on her just because this top gives her kind of a bare look up top. It does have the clear straps, but it's, I think, supposed to look strapless. At least it does in the pictures. Okay, and these loafers, we'll see if these fit a tall, as they should. Yep, they fit really well. Okay, and as I'm fiddling around with their clothes and shoes and outfits, so far the wigs haven't fallen off. I definitely need to do some more styling, and I'll post a video of that another time. But for now, we're just doing our unboxing. And lastly, for the Kirby, we've got this like wrap top. Here, I'll put her skirt on first. Little ruche skirt. Okay. So again, very stretchy. Fits really well. I think you could put it either way, where the seam is in the front or in the back. Because just like in real life, I've seen skirts with either or. So you can kind of style it however you want. This wrap top, let's see, it's also got clear straps. So we'll just, and again, sorry, I keep knocking the tripod with the dolls. Okay, and it's just a little, we'll just do a simple little bow tie in the back. Alright, and she'll get the earrings for her accessory. I haven't tried these on any of the other dolls, but I've seen some people mention that some of the earring holes are different sizes on the different head sculpts, so I'll check later and see to make sure if they fit on all of them. As I say that, I'm having trouble getting, okay, there we go. I got that one into her ear hole. And she'll get the thigh-high boots. These are really cute, and I could see these in a lot of restyles. Ooh. Okay, so mine like straight out. The heel is a little curved in. Let's get that fixed. Okay, so there's one boot on. They come to like just over the knee. So here, let me pull the skirt up there so it doesn't cover the boots completely. Okay. There is her full look. I do really like these boots. The heel is a little bent, but I'm hoping once she's on a stand for a while that will correct itself. And so here are all three of mine in their new looks. I'm gonna play around with them and pose them later, and probably post some more videos of them in different looks and swap their outfits and bodies and wigs around. Overall, I would say the pink wig is probably my least favorite. It's not sitting particularly well, and it looks a lot like a helmet, and the bangs are kind of messed up straight out the box, but that's okay. I'll style them a bit. Even though this one doesn't have my favorite texture, I like how it looks the best. For the outfit pieces, shoes, I really like the loafers. The skirt is probably, this ruche skirt is probably my favorite bottom, and this corset top is probably my favorite on the tops. I do wish they came with more accessories, and for $100, I wish that more had gone into accessories and extras versus just packaging. But these are packaged really beautifully. I might try to repurpose this to like store some of my doll's clothes or something. But overall, this is a really fun kit. I do hope it encourages Mattel to listen to customizers and what they're wanting. And what I really want is for them to just sell made-to-move bodies by themselves, or have some sort of customizable option where you can just pick what doll you want and customize every aspect of them. And, you know, if it's like a very simple doll, like, I would be willing to just spend a little more on that if I could just have the base doll I want and then add accessories, fashions later, or just use what I already had in my collection. So overall, if you're thinking about getting this, if you're looking for more made-to-move bodies that are easier to head swap, any of the basics, including the ones that are $25, I really like this new neck peg. That's probably my favorite feature of these. I really like these new face molds, and I hope they come out with these with rooted hair in the future. But overall, if you've gotten any of the Barbie Basics or any of the kits, let me know in the comments what you think, what your experience was, and what you would like for them to change in the future. I really, really hope that in the future we also get kits for more of the skin tones, because they didn't release one for every single basics that came out in this wave. And I hope we see Kens in the new wave of basics, because there's not a lot of made-to-move Ken options. All right, I hope you guys have a great day. Bye!